More of Jinu's past is gradually disclosed during K-pop Demon Hunters. When the viewer learns that Rumi is half demon, he becomes more than the cunning and vicious evil he first introduces himself as. He has to deal with both a demonic side and a human half, much like her. Centuries before the events of the movie, Jinu was a musician who, in desperation, struck a deal with Guima in order to improve his lot in life. But doing so meant dooming his family to a terrible destiny and ultimately turning into a demon himself. Rumi and the audience discover through Jinu that Guima has the ability to communicate with individuals in their minds and persuade them to join his cause. In order to spare him the shame of his past deeds, Jinu begs Guima to wipe his memories and what's left of his humanity. Rumi, on the other hand, makes Jinu more human, and the two end up forming a sort of love bond that never really takes off. Jinu sacrifices himself in the last battle to save Rumi's life. Even though he betrayed her at first, Jinu appears to be annihilated after taking a blast from Guima that was intended for her. But his human spirit survives long enough for Rumi to use in the conflict, which ultimately leads to Guima's expulsion from Earth when a new Harmoon is constructed. Jinu's choice is based on his relationship with Rumi. He gave up his opportunity to be free from human suffering as a result of their growing intimacy throughout the movie. With the core trio defeating Guima and his demon hordes, K-pop Demon Hunters comes to a rather certain conclusion. For a while at least, the Earth appears to be safe with a new Hanmoon in place. The Hanmoon is depicted as blue, though, indicating that it isn't the perfect defense that Celine and the Hunters had hoped for. This would make it possible for Guima or other members of his demon army to reappear in later tales. A potential follow-up to K-pop Demon Hunters could go in a number of different directions, even beyond that undetermined possibilities. Following the conclusion of the climax, there are still several unresolved issues, most notably two of the Saja boys. Romance and Baby aren't murdered on screen. However, Mystery and Abs of the Saja group are killed by Zoe and Mira in the final battle, respectively. It's possible that the final two Saja boys members escape the battle and might make a comeback in a follow-up, as Rumi and Jinu thought he could have fled Guima by being on Earth when the Hanmoon was enhanced. Hunters from other eras might have their own tales to tell. The narrative behind Rumi's birth is also one of the film's greatest mysteries. The Huntrix's opening montage establishes that Rumi's mother was a hunter before her and that she passed away when Rumi was a baby. What happened to them, how her mother fell in love with the monster, and Rumi's father's identity are all left unanswered. Rumi's father might perhaps still be alive, which might easily be the main plot point of a follow-up. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.